Hi everyone, welcome back. Today, Bogdan and I are going to talk to you about creating the niche-based program versus individual sessions. Now, there are two schools of thought about this. Niche program is, some people think that it's going to narrow them in terms of how they can retain the students versus how they can help them, and also having individual sessions, they think that they might actually get more business. But I personally, and I'm sure Bogdan will agree with me on that one, that at least if you create a program that is based on a problem solution that you have, and that is going to be like a signature program for you, you will be able then to retain your clients afterwards, because if they know how much value you add to their lives and how many solutions you can give them, they will probably ask you for other uh, services that you might not necessarily promote simultaneously. Would you agree, Bogdan?
Absolutely. This is let me use an analogy. For example, if you have a program that helps build confidence and skills with fractions, and this is earlier age group, for example, this is grade 6, 7, 8 in some cases, and then students moves into higher grades where they need solving problems with algebra, and that student where you helped them in the past could hire you again, or at least word of mouth, very powerful strategy. Once you help one person, that person knows someone who is looking for your services. And because I do also want to use a very simple analogy, like let's say you do planning services, and sometimes you have to go from job to job, random kind of a call, as opposed to working for a case where you have a construction sites where you're going from home to do the installations, and you do the program, if you will. So you have a steady income. You already know that people will pay you in many cases upfront, and you can grow with that much better, and your satisfaction level is increasing when you have your program, because you're standing out as a specialist. You feel better. Set as opposed to random hours, today 2 hours, tomorrow 3, cancellation. So this is really not something that you want to do. Although some of you will say, I prefer do my hourly basis from day to day. Then that's when that suits you, you stay with that strategy. But if you really want to up your business, if you really want to grow and then fulfill your dream, your ability to help others, then natural suggestion, and you would agree with that also, that creating a program makes sense. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. And if you are watching, give us a thumbs up and post some comments in the things and send us some emojis to get some traction going. Remember, when you do lives, you need to do this to get engagement. That's what Facebook likes, engagement, comments, even if you are posting or commenting after the live stream is over. So remember, when you have got a niche-based program, you are in a position where you can guarantee your income because you are charging those students up front. You agree on the students for a fixed rate for the 10, 20 hours up front, and you're getting paid up front. You are not relying on a session to session income. And also, if you have got a niche based program, that means you are a specialist in that subject, which makes you higher on the scale in terms of being more experienced, and you can also charge more for that. You're not also then a general teacher. You remember when I was saying to you, you're not a GP anymore, you are now a heart specialist, if I give you that analogy. You are a person or a teacher to go to for a specific area of language, subject area, or anything that is related to educational purposes. You becoming an educator that people recognize for something that is unique to you and makes you stand out from the other people. So that's the reason why we encourage teachers to at least have a framework of your program, at least some modules that are gonna be geared towards outcome outcome for your students, clients, what results you're gonna achieve through those modules. And if you've got this, that also cuts down on your preparation time. Just remember how much time guys you spend on preparing individual lessons. If you've got students, 20 students who are at different levels, that means you've got 20 different lessons every single week to prepare. How much more time it takes out of your day, of your family time, relaxation time that you would need to spend on preparing that. Whereas when you focus on one area, although it is only, let's say, preparation for IB algebra exam, right? Was it the one that you were
Yes,
saying?
for
And
example.
or if you're a pronunciation expert, then you've got only one set of lessons that you need to prepare. You still would need to gear them towards individual students that you would have in front of you, because not everybody learns at the same pace, and that I am not up. Saying that you should move away from that individualization of that system, because that will show that you actually care, that your main objective is to be for your client, for a student. You're not making them all the same and try to make everybody fit into that. That's why it is so crucial that when we think of a niche program, we just create a framework and an outline of things that you are looking to cover, even with some subjects that you or tasks that you would like to include in your sessions. But then, if your learner is at a different pace, or they're struggling with something, you still go back to something else and extend that. And what I like, we're going to have guests this week. Her name is Tara, and she specializes in helping landscape designers and architects. And although she is a niche teacher, she doesn't necessarily have a niche program, but she's a niche teacher. So she assist her clients in specific areas of the language, and one of them is going through the CV to make it more appealing to the employers, looking at interview skills, the questions, how to answer, how to fully showcase their expertise as a landscape or a designer or an architect. And also she builds on their vocabulary, confidence, because one of the things that we truly forget is the confidence. And I know we kind of hammer on with Bogdan about mindset, but without the right mindset, you're going to go nowhere. And the students are not going to go anywhere either. It's all about being positive, encouraging, supportive. So it's really important that with a niche program you can address this issue, whereas in individual sessions, when you get to students, one week they come in, next week they're canceling, etc., there's no commitment to learning. And there is and it's difficult because with that there is obviously issue with their motivation, and whether they've got any burning desires to learn, and whether they actually need the program, if they just treat this as a hobby. So when you become a niche teacher, you are working with people who are serious about their outcomes, and they are looking for an immediate solution to their problem.
Absolutely, and the same way goes for us professionals. If you want to grow in certain area, you become a part of program. You have to get some training. You have to get support in place so that you can actually not only learn but implement and then be successful about it. Same goes for your students, right? If you have your program in place, then you have your objective. Then you have the results that you waiting for them to take place through your teaching. So it is important to understand, why am I doing this? What is my driving force behind it? Yes, I can know the subject content, but to help others, we have to understand that we build relationship with people. We just don't do randomly, okay, let me help you with these questions. Now, next person, please. Right? That's not very fulfilling, and this is probably not your passion to just randomly meet people and help them with something and move to the next person so that you can make a living out of that, right? It's not very sustainable, and you probably will understand that as you embark on that journey at some point, if you haven't started already.
Indeed, yes. So thank you very much for giving us the time to show you the importance of, again, I know we're going to hammer it again, but being a niche specialist in something, it creates more opportunities for you. You need to change the perspective on how you look at it. It's not actually narrowing down your options, actually expanding your options, because you are not talking to the whole world. You're talking to people who are interested. And if they're interested, they will buy from you. So that's the difference. Because at the moment, most of the teachers are just going in out there thinking, oh, maybe something will come to me because I'm just gonna post it and show that I am this. I know everything about every subject. That doesn't work anymore. It's a very old school and thought and an approach, and it's time for our lovely educators to be re-educated in that way and look at other options that are available to you. And what I can say to you is, if your way doesn't work right now, what is the difference about giving something else a chance? Why don't you give something else a chance and see if it works or it doesn't? If it doesn't, then you can say to us, it didn't work for me, but you need to give it a trial. If you are guys gonna be stuck in the way you are, that means you are not willing to change the way your mindset is, and you're not willing to make your business actually working for you rather than you working for your business. Okay, so you need to again think, am I doing it for fun, or am I doing it to make it a sustainable business for me? If you are, then it's time to make those adjustments and see the transformation, because Bogdan and I realized that, and we are working on that. It's I like I said in my previous videos, that I learned about a niche 2 years ago, and it was an eye opener for me. It was a true eye opener because I didn't realize how much value there was. Because once you have a niche, all your messages and all the way you talk to your clients are resonating with them, because you are showing them that you've got solutions to the burning problems, the burning desires for solution. And if that's the case, then they are going to be messaging you, not the other way around. So you need to reverse the process. They are there to look for you rather than you look for them. Agree, Bogdan?
Absolutely, that makes sense. But we have to work on our perspective, the way we think, the way we learn about things. We have to be open to innovations, new strategies, new tactics, right? We can't be stuck with one sort of way of doing things, hoping for the best, because there is no plan in that situation, right? We just randomly looking for the win that doesn't really come.
Indeed, yes.